Welcome, fellow adventurers, to the MGM Adventures podcast, hosted by
Matt
and Gina.
We are going to talk about our Cedar Point Hotels Worth It today.
Woo!
Because we have some thoughts. Please make sure to like, follow, and share wherever you're listening or watching this from. If you're on YouTube, we might have some pictures.
Boop, boop, boop. And make sure you send us questions and feedback to mgmadventures@yahoo.com or leave us a comment on YouTube or any of our social channels.
As we just mentioned, we are going to talk about Cedar Point Hotels and kind of take a look at them. So which hotel are we going to talk about first?
Hotel Breakers, the original hotel right on the peninsula and next to Cedar Point. And it also has a large beach area. We've stayed there
multiple times.
I want to say 2 or 3 times.
I think it's more than that. It's probably 4 or 5. I've stayed there a couple times without you when I was younger, and it's changed.
How rude. You should have invited me.
I didn't know you for that time, sorry. But it's originally opened in 1905.
It's old.
It's been there a bit. It's kind of one of the main a lot of people came, and actually this is before the causeway or the Chawsway, and so they would have to take a boat to get over there. And so a lot of the historic photos outside of Cedar Point, like those crazy water wheels and all that stuff, happened right outside of the beach. The beach was the main draw for quite a long time, if you didn't know. So it's got a lot of rooms, been renovated a lot. I did do some research on this and found out that it was on the National Historical Places, but got removed because they've changed too much in like 2001. So
that's what happens when you renovate, I guess. Yeah,
and they've added a couple towers and some other things since then. So it's pretty interesting. It has 669 rooms or rooms and suites available. It does have several on-site restaurants. Perkins, TGI Fridays, Tomo, which is a Japanese steakhouse, I believe. Starbucks has an ice cream place and a pizza delivery.
And none of these are on the food plan?
No, none of them are on the food plan. You do get your pass holder discount, though, so I'll say that. And also I learned, and I don't know when this happened, they used to have Domino's pizza. They had a Domino's kitchen in there, and they kind of made it generic. I did not realize this happened until I did this, so I thought it was Domino's last time we went, but I guess not, because we just stayed there this past year.
So here's a real question.
Yeah.
Beachside, parkside.
Geez, that's the hard part, really, right? Do you want to see roller coasters in the morning testing and running, or do you want to see beach? We've stayed at both. It depends. I don't know. Sometimes, I think the last time we were kind of on the ground level, off of the rotunda, which was interesting. I didn't even know there were rooms under there. So it was like,
and it was still kind of beachside.
It was more like,
and it was the fireplace.
Like fireplace side, I would say. It was nice. I didn't even know there were rooms back there. It was quiet. I'll say that. It was
kind of, yeah.
But that hallway was super quiet.
I was like, where do we go? And you're like,
yeah,
we're this way. And I'm like, we're going into a dark room like that one hotel that had no lights.
It was it was kind of creepy. That was the creepiest thing about the hallway. It had no windows. The room was fine. It had a window, but the hallway was kind of creepy. Like, am I in the right place? But it's like a door right next to the Starbucks. There's a set of rooms there. And I guess there's a set of rooms on the other side too, but it's very weird. That's where we stayed the last time. Normally we stay in one of the towers down a bit. So I don't think that was the first time we stayed on the first floor, but we stayed up higher. So, and seeing both sides. So it's a neat hotel. Not going to lie.
It's nice.
It's very nice.
And it, in my opinion, nice to stay on the peninsula.
You have two entrances, the beach gate or the gate over by Magnum. So either one you can go right in. I think the beach gate's maybe a little easier, but the other one's pretty nice too, because you could drop stuff at your car and then go. I do know in the fall when we've stayed, it's been sometimes hard to get a restaurant. I'll say that. But I get why that would be the case. But that's one thing I will observe.
Breakfast is an issue for us sometimes.
Yeah. Perkins is kind of your breakfast spot, or Starbucks.
And they don't really open super early.
I think Perkins and Starbucks do, but
I don't think so.
I don't know. That's just one thing, a little minor thing that we've had there.
And they never have like adequate servers for Perkins. So even though the restaurant's empty, there's still a 15-minute wait.
Yeah.
Which I get. It's hard to get employees.
And like I said, the off times we've been there, I get it. But I don't know. It's to be fair, we stay at off times, I would say. And the reason is the price. I'm not gonna lie, it's the price. We'll get to the prices later. But
oh Lord,
it's we're gonna dive into them a little bit. The next one we're gonna talk about is
Sawmill Creek.
So this is the newest one that we've stayed at, and actually it was just renovated I think about 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. We stayed at it for winter chill out.
Yeah, so an off season.
It was an off season. I know.
You can also use your season pass discount, correct?
At the restaurants, yeah, uh-huh.
I meant at the
One of the things for all the resorts, and I think I made a list of this later, is you can get a season pass discount
oh,
at
okay.
all the resorts. So for the prices, so I'll say that Sawmill Creek is the farthest one away. It's about 15-20 minutes away from Cedar Point. I'll just say that it does have a golf course,
It does.
uh, and it does have some pools and stuff. Like I said, it was just recently renovated. It's very nature themed, I will say.
There's a lot of pictures of eagles.
It's a lot of pictures of eagles.
We stayed in Maple.
Maple, yeah, and all the sections have tree themed.
Glad we didn't stay in pine. I'm allergic.
Um, they also have fireplaces in the lobby areas, and some rooms actually have a fireplace. We didn't get a fireplace. We were just there for
A night, like not
barely
even
a night.
12 hours. I don't
Yeah, and
know.
we weren't there very long. Um, golf course, indoor pool, which looked really nice. That pool was pretty big
It
from
was
what I saw, and it had a decent sized hot tub. A lot of wood theming, I guess is what I would call it. I don't know what else to call it.
nature theme.
It's wood. It looks like wood, and then it would like have an outlet in it, so you can plug into a tree. I don't know how to describe it.
He's
Um,
fascinated by the little things.
it was pretty neat. I really enjoyed this place.
It was nice.
The downside is where our room was located, for sure. We were in Maple, which is right off of the rotunda there next to the pool. So people were going in and out of the pool for a while. So I'll just say that it was a little loud. We were on the first floor. That's just our one room. I would stay there again. It was nice. It was really nice.
It has 239 recently renovated
Yeah, it
rooms.
was all nice. The bed was nice. The air was, I mean, it looked renovated. It was probably, I think it was renovated in 2023, I think is when it opened. It It wasn't Cedar Point property. They acquired it, I think, 2018 or 2019, and then they planned to have it was supposed to be closed for only a couple years or like a year, and obviously COVID happened, so they kinda held some of the renovations. I think it did open in 2023. It also does have a conference center. Um,
Yeah, we were told those are just conference rooms, so
yeah,
don't go that way.
so it's a nice
Fine with us.
big facility, to be honest. I really liked it. Um, they have a couple of restaurants. They have like a Starbucksy quick service place.
Hmm.
We looked in there. It looked nice. It had your essentials that you would need, and then it had a full service restaurant. I think it's called the Miller's Table.
And
Um,
I have heard good reviews
yeah,
from.
we've heard good reviews of
They're
it.
like, "Did you eat here?" And I'm like, "No."
But you can go to this. You don't have to stay at the hotel to go to this restaurant. So we may end up doing that one time. However, I will say we did have the breakfast buffet, and that was really good.
Delicious. It was so good.
And then you do get your pass discount, which cut the price down a little bit. I could see that being maybe a little expensive, but I thought it was well worth it. To be honest,
And the variety was well worth
yeah,
it.
everyone that we interacted with there was super friendly, super nice. They did do some like the waffles. They would make the waffles and bring them to you, but then you can go down the buffet. I thought that was a very efficient process. It was good
Yeah, we
food.
split our waffle, and they even
Yeah,
split it on
they
two
even
plates
split the
and
waffle for us.
gave us our own syrup, so we didn't have to share.
Yeah, so I mean, it was good food, had fresh food. It sounded like most of the ingredients were pretty fresh, so I really liked it.
And they get
Also,
it from locals. Is what I
is what
heard.
we've heard. Yeah. So um,
The
next,
next one is Castaway Bay. We have not stayed at this one in
a
probably
bit.
since 2016.
It's probably been about. It's probably time to stay it again. And I also will say it did just get renovated. I think last year. So it's been I think a 2 year renovation. I think it just wrapped up. So it's probably a lot better. Um, this one has the water park, indoor water park on it with a giant wave pool, bunch of slides. A lot of recent it's just been recently renovated. I'll say that. It does have a breakfast buffet also. I remember it being very good when we had it, but
I
I'm
don't remember it.
sure it's changed since then. It's been a while.
And it's located
Mhm.
near the entrance to the causeway and has 237 rooms.
Yeah, so if you're on Route 6 and turn up, the by Thirsty Pony, it's that big hotel right there. Um,
This is Castaway Bay,
it just says Castaway
in
Bay.
case you missed it.
Yeah, and it does got a waterfront view on some of the rooms. It was a long time we stayed there. We stayed with a couple people. It was an interesting experience. I'd like to stay there again, to be honest. I feel like this is maybe more of the family one that a lot of families go to. to be
I can
honest.
see that.
I think because of the water park, the indoor water park, it gives people something else to do. I think a lot of families probably stay here. It is about I should have done this. I didn't compare it to there's Kalahari and Great Wolf. I think it's probably around the same prices, maybe a little cheaper, but I can't guarantee that.
But
Um,
further away from Cedar Point.
yeah, and they do have like I said, they do have. I think they did have a coffee place. Most of these hotels do, except the next one, which we'll talk about. And they do
Spoke
have
too soon.
spoke too soon. A Famous Dave's moved in. They used to have a Quaker stay here, and now they have a Famous Dave's. Famous Dave's used to be up by Cedar Point, of course. I liked it when I've had it.
I don't like
But it
barbecue.
is it also I do like I think this location probably gets some more business because it's not back at the park. And the next hotel.
Express.
Yeah, so this is located on the causeway,
On it.
right before you get onto the main part of the causeway, but it's right there. It got renovated. We've stayed here once. I
For
would
winter
say
chill out, I think.
no, it wasn't winter chill. It was I think it was in the fall. It might
Oh,
I think it was in
maybe.
September. I think it was in September.
Ish.
I think they had a deal when we stayed there.
We like a good deal.
As you can probably gather, most of these we stay at with a deal. Might be a hint to our final thoughts. But it was nice. This one also is a family one for sure. It does not have all the amenities of the other ones. I'm just going to warn you right now. It's got like a little,
It's like a regular hotel room.
yeah, it's a regular hotel room. Some of the other ones kind of are too. But the one thing I'll say is there's no restaurant here. There's just the store with some food in it.
And I only have an outdoor pool. I don't think they have
They have an outdoor pool in the middle. Our room was up on the second floor. It was a little loud. Just
I feel like there was a lot of like kids for the sports center there that time.
So I would say that Express and Sawmill, and I'm guessing Castaway Bay, probably get a lot of people from Sports Forest Park for sure, where they bring in traveling teams for various sports throughout the year. When we were at Sawmill, they definitely had a lot of indoor events. I'm guessing it's basketball. I'm not for sure. I would imagine. But there was a lot of younger kids at Sawmill. We'd also heard at Winter Chill Out, if you haven't listened to that one, that they just opened Express on the weekends to help support Sports Forest Parks. So they're doing something around there. So the next place we have not stayed at.
We have not, and it's not a hotel.
It kind of
Well,
is.
no, it's not a hotel.
It's
It has
not-
cabins.
Yeah.
Lighthouse Point.
Yeah. So they do have RV sites for your RVs and also cabins/cottages. I don't know the definition of both, but they called them out both. So there they go. We've heard of people that stayed here and liked it.
I think we've walked back there one.
We have gone back there with a couple of our
Matt
friends.
said he
who
won't
stayed there.
stay here because of snakes.
Yeah, so that side does get the water, Lake Erie water snakes more, it seems like. So I'd rather just not. I don't know if the price is worth it either. I'll just say that. It is located on the peninsula. You can walk in. It's a little bit of a walk, to be honest. The only gate you could really go to is the Magnum Gate. And so to do that, Lighthouse Point is on the opposite side, right? It's over by Still Vengeance, basically back there. So you got to walk behind all the way around the water park, all the way up through Magnum. So it's kind of a hike, even if you get a close cabin or RV site. That's kind of a hike. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. That's my thoughts there. So
We've never stayed there, so that's all.
we've never stayed there. We've heard good reviews for people that do. Obviously, if you have an RV, you can leave it there. I do know there's other options off site because we do have some friends that have
Can
an
you
RV.
leave it there?
I don't know. I don't know what you'd have to pay for it, but it's probably pricey per day. It's pretty pricey per day. I don't know. Okay,
Go to the KOA.
that's an option.
One of our friends has a KOA site for the year
Yeah.
or season.
Yeah. So
One of them.
anyway, what all the resorts do offer some things. She hinted at one earlier, that being
All resorts offer 1 hour early entry along with the season pass holders, which we already are.
I think it's prestige only now, not gold.
My
I
bad.
don't. They keep changing it. I don't know.
All resorts do offer ticket and meal and drink plans
Yeah.
at a discounted rate.
So basically, you can buy the room plus this in packages. So it's all in one. So if you don't have a pass, all in one.
Right. Hotel breakers and Lighthouse Point include parking, so you do not need to get Cedar Point parking.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a bonus.
How much is parking?
Don't quote me because I don't know. It keeps going up. At least $25.
And pass holders do get discounts.
Yeah. So if you there's a special rate you can put in when you
I
book
think
it.
it's
Pass.
pass.
Yeah. I think it's promotion or rate pass. They also do offer other discounts. We had the winter chill out discount, so that's why we stayed there. and whatnot. So
And
I
they do like end of the year sales for breakers or beginning of the year sales
yeah, so we've stayed there a lot. There's a
in September.
weekend in September that's kind of between the summer season and Halloween weekends. We've stayed there a lot at Breakers during that weekend. So it's still Cedar Point. It's just still there. It's just, not Halloween going on. We've stayed at the end of the season. They normally, I think, did we stay at the end of the season sale this year? Is that what we did? Maybe there was an end of. I think there was. So they do offer discounts, additional discounts to their normal discounts. So just be on the lookout for that. Normally, it's on their social media pages where they share that.
And Matt did price this for you guys for 2 adults from June 6th to June 13th, which would be what, 7 days?
I picked it Saturday to Saturday, I believe. Yes.
Okay. So coming in at the least, Lighthouse Point, $1,003 to $5,475.
Yeah, so this is just an RV site would be the lower one, just to
Right.
be clear. This is very valuable. I mean, the cabins and cottages are, $2,500 about a week, which I don't remember what that is per day, but you can do the math.
Can you?
No, but you can. Well, I do it on my phone.
Coming in second is Express, ranging from $10.54 to $27.14. Right in the middle is Castaway, which is $15.53 to $308.
And
Or
all
sorry, $38.04.
and all this depends on the room that you
Right.
pick, the size of the
This
room.
isn't. I think this is just generic rooms. It's not the ones that.
I think the Castaway has the suite, so I think the bigger number is the suites. Yeah.
Did you do king beds, queen
I
beds?
just listed the highest and lowest price I saw. That's all I did. I
Gotcha.
didn't do much more detail than that. Sorry.
Number 4 is Sawmill Creek at $16.33 to $36.14. And the most expensive stay at Cedar Point is Hotel Breakers.
Probably not surprising there.
$24.53 to $64.18.
So Sawmill at the 1633 rate for 7 days is about $233 a night, just for reference. And then Hotel
cottages?
Breaker at 20. Hold on, let me do them real quick. Sorry, I forgot to do that. The cottages are about $357.
Yeah,
a
but
night.
I think they have more rooms.
They do. You can fit, I think, 8 people in some of those. So that does maybe sound a little bit more expensive, but there's an 8 and a 10, I think. So
Like the lower end for the Express hotels is probably just 2 people.
I would say so. Maybe. Well, they don't have. I think they just have queen beds is the lowest one at Express, if I'm not mistaken. Also, the most expensive is definitely Hotel Breakers. There's one room that's very expensive, so I'm pretty sure that's the higher rate, but I'm not for sure. There
What's
are.
that room include?
I don't. It's at the top of the rotunda, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's expensive. So just for reference for that one, I should have done this. Sorry. $916 a night.
That's a Disney pass.
So
So if you're going kind of in July,
yeah,
July 11th to the 18th, the rates go up about $400.
yeah. So, which isn't much. I thought it would go up more, to be honest. I did not do 4th of July on purpose because I knew that would be elevated. So that's a $400 total. So, I mean, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at about $230 plus per night is what I'll say. I did do a 2-night at Sawmill Creek, again, July for, I think, a Friday through a Sunday, and it was almost $650. So total. So it's a little pricey. I'm not gonna lie.
Prices do change, just to be clear. We
Yeah,
usually look for the additional early deals or late deals
Yeah, and
to get a hotel
so
room.
none of these prices are based on the discount, the season pass discount, which I think is 15%, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me because that might have changed.
Quoted.
It might be 10. I don't know. So you can get better rates there. I think if you're staying there, it's probably going to be worth it for you, maybe. I don't know. So here's the big question. We got to answer the big question. Are Cedar Point hotels worth it?
Depends.
Yeah. So there are a lot of regular hotels in Sandusky. I'll just be fair and the surrounding areas. If you're looking for a shorter trip, then maybe staying offsite might be better. If you have a season pass, probably better. There's a couple hotels that we've kind of settled in offsite. Just to be clear, if we're going up there, we do different things. Sometimes we just drive up and drive back down. We're close enough where we can do that. Is it a little aggressive? Yes.
The Cologne Hotel.
There is a hotel that changed names that I didn't know it, and we call it the Cologne Hotel. There's that one. Actually, that hotel saved us. That saved us for that trip because another hotel didn't. I will say this also, just to be clear. If you've never been to Sandusky and you're planning to stay at a hotel, booking a hotel in Sandusky is annoying. It is a place I hate to book a hotel in, probably the most. I'm not gonna lie. It is annoying. I don't know why. I think some of it is because the prices change so much, and some of it is some of the quality of the hotels, not good. Not good. So you can get good deals off-site. There's a couple of hotels that I probably would not stay at again in Sandusky. There's a couple in my okay list that we'll stay at. Some surprising ones that we'll stay at, I think, too. We've also stayed Sandusky is the closest. There's also Huron over there. Port Clinton is not too far away. Both of those are going to be about 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Fremont's cheap too, but again, you're looking at 30, 40 minutes maybe. That's a lot if you're going to be at Cedar Point all day. So probably I would stick to the others, but you can get good deals there. It's going to depend on you. I will say this, Hotel Breakers is an experience.
And worth it during holiday weekends.
And definitely worth it during, if you're going to be there the whole day, like 4th of July, it's probably worth it, but it's going to cost you. I'm not going to lie. If you're there a long park day, Hotel Breakers, 100% worth it. You literally go out the gate and you walk over and you're in the hotel. That's it.
And I feel like Lighthouse Point would be the same way. Just a little bit further walk.
Probably. I would say so.
But it's for a long day at Cedar Point. If you plan on being at Cedar Point, Hotel Breakers is worth it because you can go take a nap at your hotel without leaving.
I will say also
driving, I should say.
Holiday weekends, Cedar Point, those busy Saturdays, whatever it is, in the summer or in there, if you're not going to leave early, you could get stuck in traffic. And so just being able to just walk over to your hotel and not have to worry about getting off the peninsula at that point in time, it's nice. Not gonna lie, it's nice. But it's expensive. You're going to have to pay for it. It's an experience.
And it's worth it during holiday weekends.
There is the beach there. They do have pools also if you're looking to do that.
We never have enough time.
We normally go also off season when the pools are closed, to be honest. We do normally walk on the beach a couple times.
We did one time.
One time the pools were open, I think we did get
the indoor.
There is an indoor pool and there's some outdoor pools. So are they worth it? I think it's going to depend on the person. I recommend Hotel Breakers. I really like Hotel Breakers. Same. I really like staying there.
I like Sawmill a lot.
Sawmill.
We need to stay Castaway again.
Yeah, I really like Sawmill. Express was nice. I would say it's probably my least favorite one that we've stayed at. I would stay. Sawmill was nice. I really want to stay at Sawmill again, to be honest.
I agree. And I want to eat at their restaurant.
Yeah, there is a hotel that we stay at someplace somewhat near Sawmill, and the breakfast isn't great. So we might just go over to Sawmill for the breakfast.
Yeah, because we got to pass it.
We got to pass it.
The Cedar Point.
So we may end up just going to breakfast there at Sawmill. To be honest, it was really good. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, so it's going to depend. It's pricey. I know it is. You can get some good deals off site for sure. You need to look, but these are some of the perks, I'll say, of staying on site.
If you see a good deal and it's free cancellation, go ahead and book that.
Yeah, take it. Yeah.
And keep looking if you want, because as Matt said, it's annoying.
Sandusky is annoying.
I don't know because I don't book stuff.
I don't know why. Sandusky is just annoying to book hotels. So I'm just going to throw it out there right now. So anyway.
Alrighty. Now we're going to go around the parks.
Yeah, switching it up a little bit. I know. So we're going to go to Disney.
Love Disney.
Walt Disney World, to be particular. We're going to go to Hollywood Studios.
That's my favorite.
We've been waiting for some information on the replacement for Animation Courtyard. Finally, they've released some more information on here. The magic of Disney animation. They kind of previewed some of this, but not all of this. So what do we have coming?
Drawn to Wonderland. A playground inspired by Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, so they used to have
I didn't see this.
So they used to have a playground. Huh?
Did you send this to me?
It was in the article. There was a whole article. I had to dive.
I didn't read it.
There's a lot of, this article's pretty big, to be honest. I barely caught this one. So this is going to be inspired by Mary Blair. If you're not familiar with Mary Blair, Small World is mostly Mary Blair. She has that very unique style.
I'm glad he clarified that because I wasn't familiar with Mary Blair.
So Mary Blair does that. She does the very unique style in Small World. Also in the Contemporary Resort, there's a big blanket, I think, or painting. She does a lot of the shapes and stuff, colorful shapes, the different colorful shapes and things like that. So if you've seen that, she was one of the early designers that worked on the park. So her influence is felt.
Aren't they called Imagineers?
True. Yes. She was one of the ones that focused more on the costumes and kind of the colors and stuff more than the rides per se. But yes, she was.
Number 2, off the page. It's a meet and greet with different set pieces. We have Milan, Rapunzel, Chip and Dale, Donald and Daisy, Goofy, and Stitch.
Yeah, so this sounded somewhat unique. I will see. It sounds like they're off the page, so there's like a scene behind them and they're in front of it and you can meet them and interact with them in the scene. I don't know.
We'll see.
This sounds interesting. I feel like this could be done a couple ways, and I'm not for sure which way it's going to be done. So it could just be them in front of like a wall. I don't know. But if they do it right, I think this could be good.
And number 3, learn to draw with Olaf. You will get a chance to learn how to draw with the help of Olaf, who will be an animatronic character.
Yeah, so Olaf's going to be there as an animatronic character interacting with the people. My understanding is there's going to be different drawing sessions. So it's going to
Don't they already have this, but it's by a real person?
Yes,
Okay.
they do. It's leaving. So
that real person got sick of talking to you.
I guess. I don't know. But so they're going to rotate characters that you draw, I guess, every hour or something. That's what it sounded like. So you're going to draw Mickey and then you're going to draw Donald. So it's going to be an animatronic Olaf. There's not going to be a real person with you. I mean, there's probably going to be someone in the room, but they're not going to be drawing with you. They are using real animators on the screen and kind of show you how to draw the characters. So it could be worse. It could just be Olaf drawing. This is actually, I kind of like this. I like this and I don't like this. I don't like it because there's not a real animator in the room. There used to be in this building, to be clear. This is that building where you would go and actually do animation. I like this because it was off of that 100 Years of Disney short where they went through all the characters and Olaf was on a thing drawing. So I like that. Good reference. But yeah, there's that. So
anyway. And finally, number 4, the existing Little Mermaid show and a new Disney Junior show.
Yeah, I probably missed something. There's a lot in this article, to be honest.
I didn't read it, so I don't know.
Yeah. So moving on, we're going to Trail Talk, and we actually have a question. Who's it from?
Justin Earn.
Who is that?
My brother.
Yeah. What did your brother ask us to talk about?
Is staying on site worth it? Pros and cons.
So we've talked about Cedar Point in this episode. I think we're going to skip ahead and not talk about Cedar Point. We kind of talked about some of the pros and cons there. We're going to talk about Disney and Universal. Yeah. So
and other parks.
Yeah. Well, the main ones.
Not many other Cedar Fair parks and Six Flags parks have what Cedar Point has.
Yeah, there's a couple where there's like a hotel.
Carowinds has one.
Great Adventure has like the Savannah Sunset Resort, which is the animals. So I don't know if I count those really.
And I don't know what perks they actually have.
Yeah.
I feel like if you find a nice RV spot or a hotel around, stay there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think those ones give you what Cedar Point does.
Yeah. So, but Disney and Universal, those are different.
They are.
They are different. So pros and cons of staying on site.
Expensive.
That would be a con. Big pro, in my opinion, is the transportation. The transportation is, well,
early entry.
It does get you some early entry. That changes. I don't even know what all those are right now. The transportation, so you go to your hotel, there's a bus, or depending on which resort you're staying at, Disney might be something else, but it will take you, or the monorail. It can take you directly to the park, which is nice. We're very familiar with the Disney bus system because we try to do the 4 parks in one day, and you need the buses and all kinds of modes of transportation to do that. So the buses are pretty nice.
You get a drink cup?
You can get a drink cup. You can purchase a drink cup, and it works in the
resorts.
This is mostly for Disney parks. I don't recall it doing it at the Universal parks. I'll say that. You can also get packages with the tickets food and resort and lodging. I think that's a big perk, to be honest, to put all that together. So you
And
just,
depending on when you go, they got free dining
yeah.
for Disney.
Disney offers what they call free dining. That varies on what that means. Also, I'll just say that sometimes it's a meal, it's just a meal and a snack. Sometimes it's two meals and a snack. Sometimes it's some weird combination.
A
So
sit down, a quick service, and a
yeah,
snack.
yeah.
Just
There's
depends on what.
when they offer it, and they do offer it in different times. There's a time they always offer it, and I can't think of it right now. That's a big perk if you can get that perk for sure. That will save you some money. Let's see. Another pro, I'm trying to think.
Do you get lightning lane if you stay on site? I know at sooner specific Universal sites you get the fast lane.
Yeah, so the upper tier Universal hotels give you the Express at
That's what it's called.
Universal, and the upper tier Disney parks give you Lightning Lane. So that's the pricey hotels anyway. So I'll say that. Let's see. If you do have a meal plan at Disney, they do work in the restaurant in the at the hotel. So that's something.
Also, if you do stay on site and you get the lightning lane, you can book it further out than you can if you buy it the day
That is
before or the
definitely a
day of.
Disney perk. I forget how many more days that is in
I think
advance.
it's 30.
I think so, and I think the other one is 7 from your first day, so that's a perk for sure. Let's see. The biggest con is probably gonna be the price,
Yep.
and that's you're gonna have to compare. We are going to Florida later this year with a group, and we were comparing, and it makes more sense for us to say offsite, but that might not always make sense. You used to get free parking at Disney resorts, you don't get that, and I don't think you get that at Universal either. I think it's
I'm
like
not sure.
$15 a day. But there is some where they give you a voucher or some discount back if you actually do stay on site or something. I don't know all the details of that. All the Disney resorts have special Disney resort merch. So if you're a merch collector, you can get your Disney shirt from your different resorts.
And they have like towel critters and themes. I love the themes of the Disney hotels.
Well, the Universal ones have different themes too.
Not as
Yeah,
exquisite
they're not as
as
character
Disney.
driven and not as there's a couple that we've stayed at.
Art of Animation probably is my favorite.
Really like Art of Animation. Um it's been a while since we stayed at some other ones.
We found a hotel we really like off-site,
Yeah.
and it has free breakfast.
Mhm.
Delicious free breakfast. And it's what, 10, 15 minutes from the park, if that?
Yeah, so that's for that. It's a little farther from Universal, but yeah,
It's worth it.
yeah, we did like I said, it's the same thing. If you're going to be there the whole day, like we've done horror nights at Universal.
We'd rather stay on site.
I'd rather stay on site if possible, just
Yeah.
because you can just walk to the bus, and then you don't have to drive and
Yeah.
deal with all the parking and all that stuff. But uh, it's okay. Either way is okay. It is a lot closer if you're
I
on
really
site.
want to stay on site for Hollywood Horror Nights with the boat.
Yeah, so those hotels are
That's one of my
yeah.
dreams.
So those ones are a little bit more pricey for sure. Normally with us, we're trying to find what makes the most sense because we're trying to balance the hotel, how long we're going to be in the hotel versus the park and what we can buy with that money in the park.
Well,
So
yeah, it depends on how you're going on the trip. If you want to spend time in your hotel, I would recommend staying on property
that would make more sense. Yep.
because they have exclusive pools and stuff as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
But if, like for us, we typically go and sleep for 5 hours and we're back at it again. So
Yeah.
staying on site does not make sense for us
No,
most of the
if you're
time.
going to have a rest day or something and you want to do something lighter, that might make sense too. It is a lot more convenient if you're on site. I mean, I'll just say it. You're paying for it, but you got less to worry about.
Right. I agree.
We'll
Would I like to stay on site more? Yes. But does it make sense for us to stay on site more?
Not
No.
really. Not from a financial standpoint. I think that's the big decision with us that might be different for you. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Every room we've stayed at's been nice. I mean, some of the rooms are smaller at some of the resorts, I'll say that. So you
Not
have
many
to
have king beds, I've noticed.
yeah, so if you're a
It's usually
big
just two
king
queens.
bed, that's not I mean, we like king beds. I mean, we
I
have
like my
that
space.
preferred, but
We can survive in
we
two
can
queens.
survive. It just depends. I mean, that's something. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The only other thing I'll say And
you get specific free things with staying on site at Disney. So if it's like your destination, you're only going once,
you want the
I
full
would
Disney
recommend
experience.
staying
Yeah.
on site or Universal, either one.
Yeah, I think it also depends if you're driving or not too, I will say, which there are now. They used to have the Magical Express. Say your thing.
What?
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I already said it.
Like we said, you just have to do it for yourself. For us, it doesn't make financial sense for us
Mhm.
because we don't stay in the room very much.
Like as Gina said, we found a hotel right off site that's pretty nice that we like. It's got a free breakfast buffet, so it's actually a pretty reasonably priced hotel too. It's clean. I can't complain about it. So that's us. But we have stayed other places.
When we go down in September, we'll most definitely look on site
Yeah.
to see.
It's gonna be easier with us going in and probably focusing on Universal when we go before we've driven down and done multiple stuff, but I think we're gonna do mostly Universal.
Please make sure to like, follow, and share us on any of our social channels.
And make sure to send us questions to mgmadventures@yahoo.com or directly to us through one of our social channels. Or
Comment below.
also, please make sure to like, follow, and share
I just said that.
with everybody. Everybody.
And your cats.
And raccoons.
See you on the next episode, adventures. Bye.
Bye.